Animal Farm Summary in Parts. Part 1. The Revolution Begins. Manor Farm is owned by the cruel and neglectful Mr. Jones, who drinks heavily and mistreats his animals. One night, old Major, a wise boar, gathers all the farm animals and shares his dream of a world where animals live free from human oppression. He teaches them a song called Beasts of England and urges them to rebel against their human masters. Shortly after, old Major dies, but his ideas live on through two young pigs, Napoleon and Snowball. They develop old Major's teachings into a philosophy called animalism. When Mr. Jones forgets to feed the animals one day, they finally revolt, driving him and his workers off the farm. The animals rename it Animal Farm and establish their own government. The pigs, being the most intelligent animals, naturally become the leaders. They create 7 commandments that all animals must follow, with the most important being all animals are equal. Initially, the farm prospers under animal control, with everyone working together for the common good. Part 2. The Power Struggle. As time passes, Napoleon and Snowball increasingly disagree on how to run the farm. Snowball is enthusiastic and full of ideas for improvement, including plans to build a windmill that would provide electricity and make life easier for all animals. Napoleon, however, is more interested in consolidating power and opposes most of Snowball's proposals. The tension comes to a head during a meeting about the windmill. Just as Snowball is winning over the other animals with his passionate speech, Napoleon signals to 9 fierce dogs he has secretly trained from puppyhood. The dogs chase Snowball off the farm, and he is never seen again. Napoleon immediately declares himself the leader and announces that there will be no more debates or meetings. He claims that Snowball was a traitor working with Mr. Jones and that the windmill was actually his own idea. The other animals are confused and frightened, but Napoleon's dogs ensure no one dares to question him. Part 3. The Corruption of Power. Under Napoleon's rule, life on Animal Farm gradually becomes more oppressive. The pigs move into the farmhouse and begin sleeping in beds, despite this violating the original commandments. When questioned, Squealer, Napoleon's propaganda minister, explains that the commandments have been misremembered and were always meant to prohibit sleeping in beds with sheets. The pigs start walking on 2 legs, wearing clothes, and carrying whips. They begin trading with neighboring human farms, something strictly forbidden under the original principles of animalism. When animals object, they are told they are misremembering the rules, or they simply disappear, executed by Napoleon's dogs for supposed crimes against the farm. The famous windmill is eventually built, but it serves the pigs' interests rather than benefiting all animals. When it's destroyed in a storm, Napoleon blames Snowball's sabotage. When human farmers attack and destroy it again, Napoleon calls it a victory and awards himself medals. Part 4. The Complete Betrayal. Years pass, and the original 7 commandments are gradually changed or eliminated entirely. All animals are equal becomes all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. The distinction between the pigs and their former human oppressors becomes increasingly blurred. The other animals work harder than ever, but receive less food and comfort than they did under Mr. Jones. Many of the original revolutionaries die, and the younger animals know little of the farm's history. Boxer, the loyal and hard-working horse who represents the exploited working class, is eventually sold to a glue factory when he becomes too old to work, despite Napoleon's promises of a comfortable retirement. In the final scene, the pigs invite neighboring human farmers for dinner. The other animals watch through the farmhouse window as the pigs and humans play cards together, laugh, and make toasts. The animals can no longer tell the difference between the pigs and the humans. They have become identical in their oppression and corruption. Conclusion. The moral of the story. Orwell's Animal Farm serves as an allegory for the Russian Revolution and the rise of Stalin's totalitarian regime. The story demonstrates how revolutionary ideals can be corrupted by those who seek power for its own sake. The pigs represent the Communist Party leadership who betrayed the working class they claimed to represent. The novel's enduring message warns against the dangers of unchecked power and the ease with which noble causes can be perverted by ambitious leaders. It shows how propaganda, fear, and the gradual erosion of rights can transform a hopeful revolution into a system more oppressive than what it replaced. Through this simple but powerful allegory, Orwell illustrates that the corruption of power is not unique to any particular political system, but is a universal human tendency that must be constantly guarded against in any society that values freedom and equality. Loved this summary? Hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell for more book wisdom. Let me know what book to cover next in the comments.